It's not a matter of where he grips it. It's a simple matter of weight ratios. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Prevails. We're going to talk about Relic 9 today. Is it necessary? Which characters deserve priority on it? And, I mean, it's farmable-ish now, guys. You can farm it for crystals in the shipments, and for the most part, Relic 9 isn't all that necessary. But I want to give it a look and show you guys what to be looking for and how to plan for it, because it's a necessary step. Eventually, we're going to have Relic 10. I know it's a dirty word, but which characters would benefit right now from Relic 9? If you have a bunch of mats, like my alternate account, for instance, hasn't really applied any Relic 9s, and I eventually probably should, because I have a ton of, I could think I could apply like 5 or 6 right now. And so do I think it's necessary for everyone? No. Is it probably a good idea to be planning? I think so. So let's jump into the actual game here, guys. Don't forget to give a thumbs up or leave a comment, whatever, while we're doing the transition. I appreciate you guys. And let's jump into it right this moment. Whoa, we're in the game. Madness. This is crazy. Okay, so guys, they're going kind of a tier set here. So we have the necessary, the Galactic Legend tier, because Galactic Legends kind of do their own thing with in regards to relics, and then luxury. So first off, I think necessary. Like there's only 4 that I see as characters that like really want Relic 9. So first off, Admiral Radis, for obvious reasons, because he would not be a candidate for it otherwise, but he's a capital ship crew member, leader, whatever, for the new hotness, the new best ship, and he needs, it's a requirement that he has Relic 9. My guess is that we're eventually going to want to put Relic 10 on him once that is available, but there's not much more to say. He wouldn't be a candidate otherwise. He's a decent character, but he's not too amazing. Also, I would recommend, I know I'm not doing it yet, but I'm working on it, getting 6E mods on him, guys. You know that, though. Alright, Jedi Master Luke, he's the one character that it's like, you know what, if you can afford one character to put Relic 9 on, it's probably him, other than Adrad now. And the reason for that is all of his damage is based off of his health, or off of his protection, which he gains a ton of because he's a tank, and Relic 9 really helps tanks. So we have the inherited teachings thing. They deal damage based off of his max protection, and his max protection just happens to increase by orders of magnitude, it seems like, when you add Relic 9 to his ice cream sandwich relic. So that's I mean, that's it, because it impacts his entire squad. The entire squad that he's with is going to be able to use that, and it's just so crazy impactful. Like, yes, it's nice to have him more survivable, but because the damage on the entire team is boosted, this is the only Relic 9 that I have on my alternate account, for instance. Everything else is, I pretend like Relic 8 doesn't exist on that account unless it's a requirement. Now, Relic 9 on Darth Malgus. This is new, and I think that his necessary component of Relic 9 is probably, you could probably shift it down just a little bit. Just right now, the Datacron is so nice with him, guys. If you have his Datacron and you have Darth Malgus, then Relic 9 is amazing, because you can just spam this special, which does damage based off of his max health, which obviously increases by quite a bit. Yeah, so deal true damage to target enemy equal to 40% of Darth Malgus' max health. Because he's Relic 9, he's gaining a ton of health just from that one jump in. So, Relic 9, not to mention he's a tank, and he's going to gain a bunch of survivability, a lot of armor and everything. Relic 9 on Malgus, at least for the next couple months, if you have the Datacron, is probably going to be one of the things that everyone is going to be clamoring for. And honestly, it's hard to imagine a better candidate, just because he's a tank for the new awesome squad. And I mean, he's essentially a galactic legend right now, guys. Like, that's how we have to look at him. And so, you know, because only galactic legends kill him. Maybe like Starkiller, maybe General Skywalker if we're lucky. But in GAC especially, with all of his Omis, he is just really worthwhile, guys. Now, Admiral Piett, he's one that's kind of, I don't know if he's dropping off of this list. I think, here's the thing, guys. So, if you're just doing the straight-up mirror, like the traditional mirror match with Houndstooth and the, you know, Razor Crest and Xanadu Blood, that you don't need Relic 8 on him. You don't even need 6E mods. You don't have to go first. He just, you know, he wins that mirror match all the time, easily. And I have other videos that show you how to do that. But here's the thing, it changes significantly when you change it to triple attacker mode on Executor, which, you know, like swap out Houndstooth for IG 2000, and whoever goes first in that mirror wins. So if you have Relic 8 and you place that team on defense, if your opponent has Relic 9, you just get run off the table really easily for really good banners. But if you have your Relic 9 on Admiral Piett, and so do they, it creates this thing of like, well, maybe I'm going to waste the best fleet I have for no gain. Maybe I'm just going to get run off the table because it's a coin flip on who goes first. So I think Relic 9 on him is, I know I just said that it's not that necessary. I think honestly, if you're really counting on planning on ships, like, this is a pretty important one to have. I wouldn't say it's like absolutely necessary. It's less necessary than the others, I guess. But I think that in terms of your roster flexibility and being able to place your Executor on defense, not to mention if you're facing people with Relic 8 and you have Relic 9, you can flip the tables on them pretty easily. Relic 9 on him is pretty nice, just for his ship. Otherwise, for squads, really doesn't need it. So, those are the necessary ones. Now, Galactic Legends in general, we're not gonna... So, this is in order of what I think is probably what you want to do. So, the thing I want to point out, guys, is Galactic Legends, all, per Relic level, they gain 10% max health and max protection. So, they gain quite a bit from it. Now, Lord Vader, he really loves his mastery. It's a big deal for him. His whole kit is based around his mastery. His ultimate is everything. And then also, he's not a tank, but he's also gaining a bunch of, from Relic 9, he gains more protection, he gains more health, but then he also gains 10% more health and protection. It all turns into his health, and then, so it makes him more tanky, and it gives him more mastery. It lets him ramp up his stuff a lot more. He just wants a lot of protection, and, you know, he wants damage and everything. It's just, for a tanky character, he's one of the most tanky characters in the game, especially now with Datacrons. He is really, really tough to kill. Relic 9 just makes him that much tougher to kill. Is it going to make him into a god? Maybe. It didn't happen to mine, but maybe it will for you. Now, Rey has special reason to want Relic 9 on hers. So obviously she has the Galactic Legend thing, but she has two other things. First off, she is also able to she gains more damage based off of her Relic Amplifier level for her Whirlwind. So her big hit, that does it. Also, I mean, she is so stat hungry, guys, and the stats that you gain from relics are just really helpful. So the protection isn't helpful. Crit damage is almost not helpful at all, in fact. So kind of seems silly. You gain a little damage, which is really nice. You get a little armor, which is nice. But then your health boost, the health boost is really good. And, you know, the damage and the health boost, not to mention the extra relic level, giving her more health, because the things that she wants the most in this world is a lot of health. She wants a little bit of speed, but whatever. But then she also wants a ton of damage. And then her ultimate is also, it does a huge amount of damage as well. Lifeblood does a lot of damage, or does a lot of protection based off of her health. It's just a good idea to get her to Relic 9, guys. She's one of the best candidates ever. Supreme Leader Kylo just gets more tanky for it. Sithy Turtle and his Backpack Emperor, as I like to call him, he just gets more tanky. He just wants a lot of health, and he gets more health from this. Backpack Emperor loves it, guys. Let's see, I used to be 200k health, now I'm 208. I mean, that's not a crazy difference, but he also gets more damage, so that's good. And then Kenobi, he's not even Relic 9 yet for me. You know, you don't really need him there. I just had a spot to fill. So, anyways, moving right along. General Skywalker, he gets a nice little boost in protection here. He gets another 6,000, and remember that he boosts his protection by quite a bit when he's with 501st. When he's the leader, he's gaining extra protection. I don't know if this is the right one that talks about it, but he gains more protection based off of being with his clones, and he's able, like, that protection is able to then translate. Yeah, here it is. So max protection. He gains defense, max protection, all that for 501st clones. The more protection you have, the better he is, because he's good at damage, but the biggest thing for him is he's just like the biggest, most awesome tank that his clones have. And so the longer it takes for them to shut him down and sit him down, the better for the clones, who are going to slowly get Rex's Rexecute off. You're going to be able to, you know, strip buffs, etc. You also gain a little bit of armor, and, you know, a little extra damage is also pretty nice with General Skywalker. It goes really well with 5s, which I think he's on the list as well. Now Maul is one that I really want to get to Relic 9, because he's also really stat hungry, but he really wants health, is one of the things he really wants. Protection is also nice, because if he's going with Lord Vader, he's going to want protection because it turns into his health, and then that health also translates into damage. But he also gains a little bit of damage, obviously, but you know, he gains all the stuff. But the health boost is the thing that I like the most, because it's also so his anguish, when he does all of his damage, let's see, so takes damage at the start of their turn equal to 2% of their max health for each stack of anguish, and gains that much offense until the end of their turn. So he gains damage based on his max health. That's not the only way he gets offense, but his max health is a huge contributing factor. So you want to put mods on him that are health and offense oriented in general, but then also, I mean, if he's going to go with Lord Vader, having him with more protection is nice, because that protection turns into health, and then that health, like I said, turns into damage from anguish. So just things to keep in mind with Maul. Now, Darth Malgus is one, because so I wouldn't actually put him on Relic 9 normally. So he's a tank, and he really likes, you know, the boosts from Relic 9 that tanks get. Obviously, I haven't even gotten him to 8 yet, but he is a candidate because Malgus makes him so strong. Putting Malak next to him at Relic 9 it's pretty mean, guys. It just is. Now, Bosk is a weird one. I almost don't recommend it anymore. So it's nice to have the tankiest ship in the game even more tanky. But then we used to put Relic 9 on Bosk because he can survive hits like the full barrage from Maul, but that's simply not the case anymore. He doesn't really do that unless it's a really poorly or weirdly modded Maul. I mean, it can work, I suppose, but I mean, the other day, I was just one shot from start to finish with one hit from Maul. I don't know if that was just a weird glitch or if there was some kind of Datacron thing attached to it, but Bosk did just die really easily. I don't think Relic 9 is absolutely necessary for him. It does make him very tanky, of course, especially if he's the leader, but I don't know if it's necessary anymore. Now, 5s is really nice at Relic 9 because he gets all the cool tank boosts, and remember, when he dies and he sacrifices himself, he hands all of his stats to his buddies, so he gains a ton of extra health, a ton of extra protection. This is the kind of thing that tanks get from 8 to 9 that other teams don't, and it's really nice. The other awesome thing is that it makes his ship that much stronger and that much faster, which is a pretty compelling argument in my opinion. Now, the final row here, guys. So those ones are all kind of like the best versions, the best things. Now, otherwise, tanks are just really good at Relic 9. So like Crew, he's also a pilot, which would be an amazing thing for him to get. You know, he gets all this extra health. He loves health. He gets extra protection, which he's fine with getting protection. But then he also gets more damage from his already really hard-hitting Starfighter. General Kenobi maybe should go on the list before, just because it boosts his own ship. You can do a few counters with Relic 9 on Kenobi because Negotiator's faster than others if you have the right, if you know the right comps and stuff. I've never really found the need for it, but Relic 9 on him, I mean, he's already a tanky mother. He's not really a mother, but he is tanky AF. He gets, you know, some extra armor, but then health and protection, just pretty nice stats for him. Royal Guard, again, he's a tank. You want that. Just really strong stuff from him. I mean, he turns so hard to kill. Like Relic 8 is already tough for him to crack. Relic 9 is even better. He's also a pilot, which, you know, is kind of nice. Now, First Order Stormtrooper is an odd one. Here's the reason for it, guys. If you already have a Relic 9 crew and you have a Relic 9 Supreme Leader Kylo, putting a Relic 9 on Stormtrooper actually makes the Jedi counter, when there's not crazy Omicron or Datacrons involved, it makes that Jedi counter a lot more sketchy. He turns into a really tanky guy right next to crew, right next to really tanky Kylo, and you slow your opponent down enough that they usually can't one-shot you. They can sometimes if they're really precise, if they really have decent RNG, it works. Now, Darth Scion, I would say in general, I mean, probably Relic 7 is fine, Relic 8, something like that, but Relic 9 on him makes it so that he can do things like tank a full barrage of damage from Maul if you're facing, if you're using Traya to take out a Lord Vader team, or at least take out the ads for the Lord Vader team. Relic 9 is going to facilitate that. So, is it absolutely necessary for Scion? Not really, but it's kind of cool. Other cool, you know, other honorable mentions would be like Sith Empire Trooper. Probably Stormtrooper Han is just a lot of fun at that kind of crazy Relic level. If you're pretty close to it, you could do it. Just other tanks that you use all the time, guys. Otherwise, just keep your Relic 9 mats and wait, because Jabba's going to require something too. Probably. That's my guess anyways. What do you think, guys? What Relic 9s did I miss? Really kind of fun to plan around it. Still not absolutely necessary, though. GLs do really like it. And then a few other characters as well. So, guys, thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Zareth prevails.